Hey everyone, so this is my review of The Flash Season 3, Episode 1, called Flashpoint, and basically what this episode is about is the Reverse Flash keeps warning Barry about the repercussions of what could happen if he keeps forgetting all his original memories of this other universe that's not Flashpoint. And because of this, Barry has to decide whether he wants to continue to live in this Flashpoint perfect world where he's just Barry Allen, or if he should return back to the original universe as the Flash. And this was a really great opener for the season, but it definitely did have a lot of moments where it's like trying to fit all of the main characters in to show what their lives are like in Flashpoint, and to the point that it got a little bit unnecessary. And I definitely did really like to see the Flashpoint world and see how all these characters are different from the original world that we've gotten to know over the past 2 seasons. But like I said, there was one point where Barry just kept dragging all the people in together to try and reform his original group. And in that moment, it's just kind of like a brash, over amount of ness of having all the different characters thrown in there and getting to know them really, really quickly. And it just was completely unnecessary in my mind to do that. He could have just done it perfectly fine with just having Wally and Iris and maybe a little bit of Cisco. He really didn't need to have Caitlin there at all, in my opinion. I really did like seeing Wally as Kid Flash because it was done so well. His costume and the way he acted and stuff, it was really well done, and I enjoyed it so much that I really hope that even now that he's back in this original world, that Wally might still get the powers and be able to become the Kid Flash in this other world too, because that would be awesome to see. And I especially really like the sort of origin story of Wally in the Flashpoint world, because of the fact that how he got his powers weren't by this accident that we kind of saw at the end of Season 2. Instead, it was by the similar circumstances as Barry, but Wally was instead working on his car when lightning struck, and all the chemicals that he was putting into his car sort of helped to mold him to become the Kid Flash. I think that was really cool and sort of a different sort of story to have, instead of it being in the comics where Wally gets his powers from accident while he's at Star Labs. And then Iris and Joe in this episode, as their characters in the Flashpoint world, were very interesting because they were kind of drastically different from the normal world, but also had a lot of similarities. And I didn't really care for the moment when Iris just basically goes and instantly says yes to the date with Barry, because it kind of seemed out of character for her even in this Flashpoint world. And even when it was later explained about this weird unknown connection between Iris and Barry, trying to explain why she said yes so quickly, it still just didn't make that much sense in my mind. The actual ending where Barry does all this fighting and finding his way back to the original world was really well done and organized really well in my opinion. And then I really enjoyed the sort of twist ending of what Barry has changed because of the fact of him going and messing with the timeline so much now. That twist ending of the switches of relationships between people I was not expecting, and I kind of can't wait to see how that's all going to play out in the episodes to come. And I do have to say, overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the season is going to bring. So, yeah, that's my review of The Flash Season 3, Episode 1, called Flashpoint. So, yeah. Bye!